You know what the fuck going on, man. It's Big Homie Mac, man. Big dog business, bitch. And we in here with 317 A&R turning locals into stars, bitch.
So you come home. How long are you home before you gotta go to prison? Before you go to prison?
Before I go to the feds.
Yeah.
I got out December 2010. I started music, so I went back to prison January. Trouble started back for me 15.
Okay, so you got from me.
Yeah, I had caught a few little situations though. I caught a situation in 14, then 15. I didn't go back to prison until like the end of 16, going into 17. That's when I went fed.
Okay.
So I was out 7 years basically.
Right. So when you came back, had the city changed when it came to music? Did you see a difference?
When I left from state, when I was in the, yes. So when I was in state prison, I had stumbled across a Leak magazine.
Midwest League?
Yes. And shout out to Ladina and the Midwest League. And I looked inside of it and it was like a whole new representation of Indianapolis. But that was new, just having a magazine that showcased artists. And then when I looked in there, I seen artists from Monkey Boy, shout out G Fresh. I seen Young Tone and I seen Maxi and I seen G Fresh. And I was like, damn, they got necklaces and whips. This is how a rapper's supposed to look. I want to be a rapper again. So a lot had changed. Like the image of an Indianapolis rapper had changed. The platforms that we had changed.
Is this around the time of so I feel like a key component to the music is the videographers. So that's how I was finding all the music. I think one of my favorite song by you that I seen was 100. The video was sick. So is that around that time? Is that when you dropped?
Yeah, I dropped 100 and went right to jail. I had dropped 100 and went right to jail.
Okay.
Yes, the videographers had changed. So J Optic had shot that. J Optic was a little young dude, and I got him from CJ 2 Code. So I got J Optic from him. So everything was changing because it was getting younger people were getting involved also. So at first it was more powered by older people. Then it started come that time when I was about to leave, younger people were getting involved. So when I seen CJ 2 Code videographer, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. It was young, fresh energy. And I shot one with him. Also shout out Olu. Olu had just came out too. And he was bringing a new, fresh energy. So, yeah.
So, shoot, when you dropping songs like that and they kind of catching traction, how does that feel as an artist?
It makes you very happy. So when I dropped 100, my whole objective was to become, I wanted a song that got respected like Lil E and Dev Dimitri. Because these are two guys who, throughout this, when they drop their music, the streets go crazy for it. So 100 was my first song that really got respected on them guys' level. So it made me feel good. It just sucked that I had to go to prison probably 30 days after I dropped it, but made me feel good.
So talk about going back. What occurred that made you have to go back?
A lot had occurred. A lot. The police was on my ass a lot. So I went through the situation with the conspiracy to murder on the police, beat that, and just having things attached to my name. And I got real around that time. Then I went fed. I got framed, all type of shit went on there, some movie shit.
That's crazy because I was already gonna ask you, do you think your name as far as in the music or your reputation in the streets or whatever just made you a target for IMPD or was it just because the neighborhood you was always in?
No, so one thing a lot of us don't notice, I'm gonna say this. This is one thing I'm gonna say about us Indianapolis rappers. We do not know how to separate entertainment from reality. We always thought your reality had to be the entertainment. So I was stepping up as a musician, but I was rapping what I was living, and I was still trying to live it so I could be considered real. And you was just putting a big ass spotlight on yourself. So it's just a moment of time for you self-destruct. And that's just what it was.
So do you think talk about the case of the conspiracy to commit murder that you beat. What did you have to go through? How did you feel when, you did beat the case?
Going through it, it was like this is you can cuss on her. This is fucked up because it was all fake, and so they were building it up so big in the media that everyone believed that bullshit.
So you was on the news and shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. We on the news every fucking day for that shit. Every time we went to court for that shit. Every time this period. So the media just wanted to paint us as bad guys. So it was hard. Like you can't even go to sleep. You go to sleep in your house, somebody wake you up. Hey, you on the news? And you know this is a bunch of bullshit though. But nobody believes you because that's the power of the media. Like social media and the propaganda that they push. That shit is fucked up. It really show you who really with you, and it really show you how strong you are. But it was hell going through all that. It was hell because I had a spotlight on me. It was hell because I couldn't get no money. It was hell just the psychology of it.
Yeah. So it's always multiple sides to the story, and like you said, the news gonna tax it every time.
Right.
So like you beat the case, so are you free to talk about it now?
Yeah.
So I was just gonna ask you like, what was they saying and what really happened? You know what I'm saying? Compared to, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
They was just trying to say we was shooting at the police and shit. In reality, bro, ain't no young males with money gonna shoot at no fucking police, bro. That's a death sentence, bro. Nobody wanted to die. We were doing too good to want to die, so it was just like blown out of proportion because I guess the power that we had.
yeah.
You feel me? So it's
I
just
think they like was seeing the money and the power, and they just was they fucking with you prior to that when you knew like, oh, they on my ass.
police been on my ass for years. This ain't nothing new. It's always been like I've been who I've been forever. Just it wasn't propagated by the news, so nobody know this who I was. You feel me? I don't flaunt it. I'm not arrogant like that. Like, so it was just like they just got their chance and they just blew that shit way out of proportion, bro. But no shit like that happened. It was just a high speed, bro. Some bullshit.
Yeah. Shoot, I know the lawyer fees ain't no bitch. Like how you?
Hell nah, that
I know
shit
you
broke
had to
me.
really,
That shit broke me down to zero.
Yeah.
$0. No nothing at all. Shout out to the people who looked out for me. She know who she is, right on.
So what was your first recalled emotions when? Cause did you go to trial or did you like?
Bro, we fought that shit for 2 years. Hell yeah, we had to go through it.
And then you went to trial.
From January 29th, 2015 till I ended up pleading out to just the high speed in December, I think 14th or 16th, 2016 or something. Yeah, I just ended up, all the big shit ended up getting dropped over the 2 years, and then I just had to plead to the high speed.
So that's not what you went to the feds for though, right?
Nah, hell nah.
Okay.
So I beat this case. I did that. I pleaded to that high speed on December 14th. I got out, put on house arrest. They gave me 2 years for the high speed. Okay. So I got on house arrest. I was supposed to do 1 year house arrest. Okay. And then I was out for 4 days and they raided me.
Oh, okay.
So I ended up getting out from that. But I was out like a couple days and then the feds raided me.
Okay. And then, so the feds raided you. Whatever they found, you ended up having to go to federal prison.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Big Sandy.
Okay. How was that experience? How was that different? Because that's like one of the big Max boys, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, how was it?
That's what grew me into who I am now. It was one of the toughest things I ever been through in life, but it built me into the best person I ever been in life. So the fact that you're away from home is one. The fact that you're up there, like I was up there by myself for 3 years, like the only person from Indianapolis.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was like, it really just show you who you is. You'll see who you really is. The feds don't care about what you had on the streets. The feds don't care about what you did on the streets. They don't care about none of that superficial shit like the state joint. State joint, bitches, money, stories, all this feeling. Nah, when you come in there, everybody's somebody. How are you in here? So it just grew me into everything that you see me doing now in my career and moving around. This is all what I learned from being in there.
And and then you the only person. So I heard about something called Napper Nothing.
Yeah.
In jail, like
that's That's in state.
That's in state, so that none of that existed.
Nah, Napper Nothing originated in state prison. It's like Indianapolis versus everybody.
Yeah, right.
That's where that originally come from. But in the feds, it's a whole different setup. It's like cars. So a car is like your team you rolling with. But the South is all one car. Then you have like gang cars, Bloods, Crips, GDs, Vice Lords. Then you got Midwest car. So that's where we at.
Okay, so you didn't fall under the GD or Vice Lord.
Nah, I ain't no gang bang. I'm from Crown Hill, Love and Loyalty. Yeah,
so, yeah, so I talk to people about that a lot. Like in Indianapolis, like you got some people that kind of do fall under the 5 and the 6, and
right.
You got like it's different. Like you got some people that just they from their neighborhood type shit. Like what made you not want to fall under one of them nations and just be you or be Crown Hill?
I've been a renegade. So when they was doing that in the hood, I was making my own clique. That's what made me who I am. I made my own clique, HFBT. So like, I always was me, how I am. When I seen it's certain rules to this, and certain people ain't following the rules and they get exceptions and shit, I ain't big on that. I'm big on the truth. So I just started my own clique to represent what we represent. I've always just been my own headstrong person, so I couldn't be up under nobody. So I just couldn't get down with that. You gotta learn this, and that, and this, and that. And I ain't learning shit.
And that was coming down from Chicago, right?
I don't know nothing better.
Yeah, so I know that's
I ain't know that.
It didn't start here, that's all I know.
Oh, okay, yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So,
Nah.
Okay, so I know you was in there like with some people with names.
Yeah.
Like can you talk about some of the people you was there that were like figures, public figures, prominent people?
It was so many, bruh. Like Supreme from New York, Vinny Gorgeous from the Banana Crime family, BG was in there,
Okay.
Kodak was in there, Bloody J was in there, and then there's so many more people. Like, did you ever see that movie about the pirates who took that ship?
In Africa type shit?
Yeah, they was all in there.
They was in there?
Somalians, I think they were. They was all in there.
So they was by themselves too then, probably.
Nah, it's like cars. So they was in, depending on where you from, or like it's cars to that shit.
So it was foreign people in there, all types of shit.
Natives, like.
Did you ever run into
native
like
car?
Aryan motherfuckers? Like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
They ain't fuck with niggas at all, huh?
Yeah, they fuck with niggas. So it's, when you go to the feds, it was college for me. So I was watching comments on people talking about certain videos, bro. And they was like, why does he glorify prison so much? And I glorify prison so much because I'm a real street nigga and prison changed my life. So everybody always acting like they so uppity nowadays, this shit kills me. If it wasn't for prison, I never would have got a GED. If it wasn't for prison, I never would have went to college. If it wasn't for prison, I never would have learned a trade. I'd be trying to shoot one of you motherfuckers or something. So when people just say all this uppity, preppity, new cool shit, bro, that shit so bogus, bro. That shit so bogus. Like, that is our school. Prison was our school. Prison taught us how to be men, how to be respectful. Some of us didn't learn consequences of your actions till you cross the nigga the wrong way in here, you feel me? So it'd be like, this shit's a bunch of bullshit now. But what was we talking, back to the topic at hand. I just had to say that.
That's a good point though. Like some people don't think they
everybody know
better than what they is, even though it's a crazy place, there's a lot of violence going on or whatever, but hey, if you went in there and you made some of yourself, that's what's up.
I'm gonna give you an example. In Indianapolis, Indiana, I had no idea there were different types of Muslims. I only know the Nation of Islam. That's what we see in Indianapolis, Indiana. You don't see all types. You see guys in suits doing this or selling this or that. So when I went to the feds, I didn't even know it was all these different types. I didn't know Caucasian people could be Muslim.
Right.
This is what I learned. So like, you motherfuckers in the comments are crazy, bro. I don't know what reality y'all live in. I know y'all daddies and brothers and uncles and cousins and shit is going through this. Like, come on now, this shit's cap, man. This should be cap. But who else was in there? Bro, it was so many people in there. The Ghetto Boys, they like from Milwaukee or something. The Best Friends from Detroit, some of them was in there.
How was BG? He just got out. Was he a respectable dude?
He wasn't really in there like that when I was in there. He wasn't. He had just got there. Who else was there? The Baja. Shout out to them. They was in there. Bro, it was everybody was in there, bro. It's people like right now who was probably somebody that I just didn't know he was somebody. You feel me?
Trapping, you work too